Audible.com is a leading provider of audiobooks with more than 150,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, including fiction, nonfiction, periodicals, and yes, oh yes, even yoga. Audible has free apps so you can download and listen to your iPhone, Android, Windows Phone, Kindle Fire, plus the iPod and over 500 MP3 players. Unlike a streaming service or rental service, with Audible, you own your books. If you choose a book and you decide you don't like it, no worries. You can exchange it for another title anytime. No questions asked. So download a free book of your choice today at audiblepodcast.com/YOGAmazing. Welcome everyone to this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. I'm Chaz, I'm your host, and welcome back. Now this week I got an email in from Jessica and she says, Chaz, can you do yoga for kayaking? And of course my answer is yes, but then I thought, well wait a minute, I've done this in the past. So why don't I take this class and update it with some new poses that are going to be beneficial, because this is going to be a very well-rounded yoga class, because with kayaking you got to work your shoulders, you got to work your core, your back, your legs, your hips. So this is a very, very well-rounded class. So even if you don't do kayaking, it's still going to be a great workout for you. So thanks Jessica for this submission, and if you would like to send an idea, please send it to me, chaz@yogamazing.com. Of course you can also send me ideas through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And remember, if you're looking for some of the older stuff, go to the YOGAmazing archives. I have tons of videos in there, and of course YOGAmazing 24/7. And of course, if you want to get your sweat in, try some high yoga. So remember, as we go through today's class, to breathe, relax, and have fun in this edition of the YOGAmazing video podcast. All right, from here, let's bring it into child's pose. Let's stretch it out, bring the forehead to the floor. Just a nice meditative part of the class to bring you into the moment. So remember to have big inhales and big exhales. As you go through this class, the Ujjayi breathing becomes your timekeeper, your metronome. So no matter if the poses are hard or simple, your breath stays constant, never changing. Inhaling through the nose, hollow the throat, expand the chest and lungs. And from here, let's bring it up. And now we're going to work on our lower back and strengthening that. So we're going to bring up our left leg and our right arm. Keep your neck long. Remember, keep your hip squared up and point your toes down. Don't point the toes. That looks pretty, but it doesn't do nothing for you. Remember, you want to stretch that hamstring here. So keep your neck long, keep your breath deep. And then from here, we're going to release and then take this to the other side. We're going to do this twice, then move into another series of poses. Again, push through the heel, lengthen through the fingers, neck long, breath deep. And release. Now let's do the other side again. And with this, we're also going to be doing a side plank. Now you're going to take your hand down, you're going to rotate yourself, and then you're going to stack your legs. You can keep your knee down like this if you want, or you can stack your legs. You can look up, lifting into the hips, getting a slight bow, deepen the breath, and slowly release. And then from here, let's bring it to the other side. And we're going to release, stacking the legs on the other side now. Remember, you can also just keep your knee down if that works for you. But if you can stack the legs, bring it up, get a slight crescent in the hips, a little bow, deepen the breath. And release. Come back to here, and we're going to take it right into a down dog. So push it back, flatten the palms, spread the fingers, Deepen the breath. Working the heels up and down. It's getting a nice stretch in here. And then you're going to release, dropping it to your knees. Hang here for just a moment. Great thing about the down dog is it stretches you, your entire body. That's why I love doing it almost in every class, because it's the one pose you can do that's going to give you an all over body stretch. From your fingertips to your heels. Deepen the breath, sink it in. And then from here, let's walk your feet forward, and we're going to just do a ragdoll, and we're just going to hang. I always tell people this is one of the best poses you can practically do anywhere, anytime. Just hang here. And then rolling it up. Good. Now from here, we're going to open ourselves up, and we're going to go into a warrior two. We want to work on the hips here. So as we get into the warrior two, you want to bring your arms up. You want to make sure that you bend. Open up your stance a little bit wider if you can. Remember, every time you come into the class, you should always strive to go a little bit deeper into your practice and to listen to your body. Don't hurt yourself, but go a little bit deeper. Arms up. And sitting into the pose. Tuck it in, 2 sheets of glass. Reach, gaze forward, deepen the breath. Release, keep the arms up. And let's rotate it to the other side. Sink it in. And you're going to bring it up. Take the hands to the hips, and now on this one, we're going to be doing a revolved triangle. So you're going to have to square your hips up more forward. You're going to bring your arms here, and I want you to take it to the inside of the foot. More advanced, you can take it to the outside of the foot. So get the length, take your hand down. Now remember, you can take it to the outside or the inside. For today, we'll just keep it on the outside. If you have a block, you can use the block. Bring the arm up and gaze up and look. Release. Slowly bring it up. And let's rotate it to the other side now. Same thing comes into play. Square the hips, lengthen the spine. You're going to take your hand down. And if your hamstrings are tight like mine, you can use a block. You can go flat. You can use your fingertips, whatever works for you. For this side, I'm going to use my fingertips because my hamstrings are definitely much tighter on this side. Bring it up, wiggling your feet together, and bring it into Mountain Tadasana for just a few moments here before we move on. And then come back to the ragdoll, hanging folded forward. Just hang here. And go back to a down dog. And from here, bring that knee forward for a pigeon. Nice big hip opener here. Lift into the heart, and then lay it out. Stretch your arms all the way out, deepen the breath, and just sink. You're going to feel this in your right cheek. Slowly release, and you're going to bring it back into a down dog. Bend those knees, push it back, sink it in for just a moment, and let's bring the other knee forward. Pigeon on the other leg, lift into the heart, and then lay it out. Slowly release. Let's bring it up, and let's take it back into a down dog. And from here, drop to your knees. Let's lay on the floor, and let's bring it into the cobra pose. So you're gonna lie down, bring your thumbs to your chest, hands by your chest, elbows tucked in. Big inhale, and as you exhale, lift. Using your lower back, you're not really using your arms. Keep your spine and neck neutral. And release. Arms to your side, palms down. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring it up. Arms up, legs up, chest up. And release. Push it back into a child's pose. Bring it up. We're going to take this into the boat pose. So we're going to do two of the easier version and two of the harder version. So when we do the cobra pose, we're strengthening our lower back, and when we do the boat pose, we strengthen our core, so we're able to balance it out. So from here, let's bring up our legs. Keep your legs bent and hold. Keep it nice and straight. Point your toes. Release, and you can go hop, a little bit more of a core, and let's bring it up and hold. And release, a little hop. Now on these, you can either keep your legs bent or you can keep them straight. It's your call. So let's get the legs up and hold. Release, little hop. All right, last one. Let's get set. Bring it up and hold. And little hop. Good. Now from here, we're going to work on our shoulders a little bit. So first what we're going to do is we're just going to take our arm cross and just give a nice push so we get a stretch right here. And release. And let's rotate it to the other side. Take both arms out. Take one over the other, right over the left. We're going to go Mukasana. So we're going to lift up first and then pull down. Great stretch for the shoulder blades. Release. And let's take it to the other side. Lift up, then pull down. And then release. Lay on your back. Almost there. So squeeze it in, big hug. Arms to a T. Nice little spinal twist. And rotate. And back to the center. Big hug, squeeze it in. And stretch it out on the floor for Shavasana, the resting pose. Just take these next few minutes and just relax, surrender, let go, and take the peace and the strength and share it. Namaste.